Hey guys, MrPokke here, back with another video, and today is gonna be the day where we finally obtained DN's usage rate for Zenless Zone Zero. Absolutely insane. So without further ado, let's get into today's content. Subscribe! Alright, so I'm not sure if you guys are a first-time viewer on my channel, but we have been doing this CN usage rate quote-unquote tier list for Honkai Starbucks for I think the past like 4 or 5 patches already. And for the first time ever, we finally got the tabulated statistics regarding Zenless Zone Zero Shiyu Defense, right? It's the exact same application. They have a lot of pretty interesting stuff, very fun. But the one we're interested in is gonna be the qingyi, which is gonna be the one talking about the Shiyu Defense appearance rate, usage rate, fastest clear time, right? So yeah, let's dive in right the fuck now. Actually, before we dive in, do we want to have a guess? Who is gonna be the top highest usage rate? Anybody want to make a guess? Ellen, Joe, Ellen, Zhu Yuan, Billy, NB, Ellen and Zhu Yuan, qingyi, Zhu Yuan, maybe, Ellen. Okay, so 90% of my chat believe it's Ellen and Zhu Yuan. Alright, so without further drum rolls, 99.99% usage rate. Holy fucking shit. 99.99% usage rate for Ellen Zhou, with 98.1% usage rate for Zhu Yuan, 97.4% for Lycon, and 94.1% for Sokaku. Absolutely insane. qingyi is gonna be at 87.1. Okay, I'm just gonna briefly talk about every single unit. So qingyi is 87.1 and Nicole at 83.1. High tier, this drastically falls off from the above 80% benchmark to roughly on 50. Poleda is the only one at 51.4%, and everyone else just kind of falls off the goddamn cliff at 35, 32, 30, 28.2. And then Grace and Nico Mata is at the mid tier 11.4 and 7%. And these units are pretty much just dead, right? Holy shit, Billy, no one is using Billy. 0.4% usage rate. That is extremely low. So once again, before we kind of continue on, usage rate is basically if you have this unit, do you use them in Shiyu Defense, right? That is usage rate. If you own this unit, do you use them? This is appearance rate, 登场率. So this is where out of every single Shiyu Defense, who is used within the clears we have as of this comment. So this is where pretty much means if you own an Ellen, 99.9% of the players who own Ellen used Ellen. Then Zhu Yuan is going to be slightly lower. Then Lycon is 97.4. Sokaku is 94.1. I think the reason why NB is so low is simply because probably a lot of players put for qingyi, and then a lot of lucky players who own Lycon and Koleda, they probably went ahead and used them instead. And NB just kind of got left, forgotten, and just, you know, it's very unfortunate. When you have the S rank agents, NB just doesn't really compare that much, so it was kind of left. But not for me though. As a rank 1 Zenless Zone Zero free to play, I will always use NB. I've used NB every single day for the past couple of Shiyu Defense, so very good. And keep in mind, every single player owns NB, right? Every single, inclusive the whales, inclusive the like, everyone owns NB. Whereas not everyone owns Lycon, Koleda, and qingyi, right? So that's why I think this is the a little bit of a drop off right here. Other than this, I think Sokaku is just excellent support for Ellen Zhou. So I think this ice team is just super tier 0 right now. Although that being said, qingyi's released with Nicole and Zhu Yuan, I believe that this team also performs excellent. In fact, I believe that the damage output is higher than Ellen Zhou with Lycon. So take it as you will. Nico Mata is the lowest 5-star usage rate, which means that out of 100 people that owns Nico Mata, only 7.6 of them use Nico Mata. A little bit unfortunate she's not that popular as a unit compared to our others, because this is a very big disparity, right? Like this is from 30.3% Soldier 11, which is also a fire, another standard DPS, dropping off to 7.6 to another standard DPS. So that is pretty much it. All these units, I think, you know, if you have a better counterpart, just end up not using them. Not really, as usual, these are not representative of the how can I say this? Not representative of how good or how weak a unit is. It's simply a matter of do you use them or not use them. 登场率, appearance rate in Shiyu Defense. I don't expect there to be too big of a difference. I feel like Ellen and Zhu are still probably gonna be rank 1. But let's see. And Okay. Interesting. So Alan Joe is still at 95.2. So every single Shiyu Defense clear, 95.2% Alan Joe is gonna be there. Right? So Kaku coming in a very close second at 94.1. Nicole actually having a higher appearance rate than Zhu Yuan. So this means every 100 Shield Defense clear, 70 of them use Zhu Yuan. Chat, do you guys use Nicole for any team other than Zhu Yuan? Leave a thoughts in the comment below, right? I think people actually still use Nicole despite the fact of not using Zhu Yuan. So that's why maybe she has a little bit of a boosted appearance rate. Qingyi at 59. I think this is just not because Qingyi is bad, but just because people are poor. They put Alan, they put Zhu Yuan, and I just think they don't have enough money to pull for Qingyi, right? So unfortunately, not a lot of players will own Qingyi. Lycon being 58 points, at the end of the day, this guy is a standard unit. So this really depends on your luck. If you have Lycon, you're probably going to be using with Alan. If you don't have Lycon, then it's like a 1%. There's no rate up for Lycon, right? So I think these two breakers, it kind of tells you like who are the strongest stun units that we have in our current meta. I really like how Alan Zhou, Zhu Yuan, it kind of coincides with this Kaku and Nicole, and it also kind of coincides with Qingyi and Lycon. So this 6 units form our fundamental best in slot teams in Zenless Zone Zero. So team 1 for the Alan team with Alan, Tokaku, and Lycon. Then team 2 with Zhu Yuan, Qingyi, and Nicole. So I think this is kind of like the most popular teams that we have right now. Then the rest of the units kind of just falls off a little bit. NB at 32.4, Lucy at 26.8, Koleda at 24. Koleda actually having a lower appearance rate than NB. I think this is just because not enough people own Koleda, whereas NB, everybody has NB. So maybe that's because Rena at 17.4 and Soldier Devon at 14.7, Grace at 5.3. Corinne, Huan, Anton, Nico Mata, all around the same ballpark. Ben Bigger as well as Billy at the lowest appearance rate out of everybody. So yeah, that is pretty much it when it comes to the overall appearance rate. Not too much of a disparity between appearance and usage. I would say more or less it kind of aligns the same, which is always our top 2 teams. The Ether DPS team with Zhu Yuan, Qingyi, and Nicole, with the on-field DPS team, there's Alan, Lycon, and Sokaku. So these two, they're more or less the same. So that is gonna be that. This is not too much to be said because this is our first ever statistics. So I don't think there's too much to be said here because there's no rise of. Right, this is just our first ever view, first ever data. So in the next patch, when we get more data sets, then we're gonna see a little bit more of a difference. Right? So this is gonna be the team statistics. Alan team having more or less a little bit more than Zhu Yuan. So this is based on usage rate. So if you own a Alan team, 85.1% will use the Alan team. Whereas if you own a Zhu Yuan team, so if you own all 3 units, 83.4% will use Zhu Yuan. So this doesn't really represent anything. In fact, this should be the more important factor of consideration, which is the average time it took to clear a stage. So you can kind of see that our Zhu Yuan, Qing, and Nicole team on average clear around 4 seconds faster than our Alan team. But then again, this also depends on your first half and second half. Right? So this is the first half. 92% used for the first half and then 90% used for the second half. So maybe the second half could be easier, could be more difficult, who knows, but there are a lot of factors to consider. But I think we can all safely agree both Ice team and Ether team right now, they are around the same ballpark. Very, very hard to tell the difference. So that's gonna be that. And then between these 2 teams, every other team just kind of falls out of the cliff, right? It's a whopping drop from 80-ish% all the way to 24%, 20%, all the kind of just drop down. This is me, by the way. Okay, this is me. All right, Zhu Yuan, NB, Nicole. This was my team as the rank 1 Zenless Zone Zero free play. I use this team, so I can proudly say I'm proud of 20.2%. And you know what? At the end of the day, look at the difference, right? Using Qingyi and using NB, the difference is like 11 seconds on average. Very, very telling. So, you know, if you don't want to pull for Qingyi, you have an NB, you want to step on with Zhu Yuan, I think it's really not that bad, right? On average, 2 minutes for very good, very poggy walkies, right? So, that is pretty much it. Let me take a look at the worst. Let me feel about worst. Oh, interesting. Alan, NB, and Lucy. Not even that bad of a clear, by the way. 2 minutes, 16 seconds. First half, second half, quite mixed. Who the heck? Nicole, Lucy, and Piper. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. That's actually really, really good. That's really, really, really good. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Grace, Qingyi, and Lucy. Kind of interesting. A lot of Lucy Piper teams. A lot of Lucy Piper teams actually in the bottom half. So we kind of see Soldier 11 coming in here and Nico Mata coming here as well. Okay, I think Soldier 11 and Nico Mata, yeah, not performing too good. You can see it's 2 minute 22 and 2 minute 38. This team is just barely even clearing despite having 3 S rank agents. So that's gonna be that. I think this is one of the worst teams. Yeah, this is actually one of the worst. In 2 minute 38 seconds is one of the worst teams. This is Grace, Julian, and Nicole. Who the fuck is running Julian without a breaker? That's crazy. Alright, let's take a look at appearance rate. 50%, 43.9%. More or less aligned as well. It's always the premium team, which is the one with the S rank stunner. Then you have a A rank support and an S rank limited DPS. That's Ellen, Joe, and Julian. Then it kind of just falls between this top 4, right? You either slot in NB or you don't slot in NB. But it's always the same supports and the same DPS. Everything else, it kind of don't really change that much, I would say. So not too crazy. I am interested to see the average duration, which is gonna be our last time over here. Lycon, Ellen, and Rina. The fastest clear at 1 minute and 40 seconds. Oh, would you look at that? 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay. Next up is Lycon, Ellen, and Lucy at 1 minute 47. Wait, so Kaku didn't even appear in top 10. So Kaku didn't appear a single time in the top 10 clears. Her first appearance is 1 minute 57 at Lycon, Ellen, Sokaku. Interesting. Might be because she has too much of a drag. What I mean by this is when you use raise the flag, the animation is super fucking slow. So it definitely impacts your clear speed by a little bit. So interesting to see, right? So yeah, Rina and Lucy actually being like the fastest clears. I expected the fastest clear to be Zhuyan, not gonna lie. I thought Zhuyan would clear faster than Ellen, but where's Zhuyan's fastest team is actually, what the fuck? Anton? Okay, around the same time, 1 minute 50, 1 minute 50, but Anton, Lucy, and Qingyi actually got a 1 minute and 50 second clear. That is absolutely diabolical. Yeah, I'm very surprised. So this is Qingyi, Rina, and Zhuyan. Didn't use Nicole as well. The Nicole team actually performed around 3 seconds slower on average. While Rina actually appeared quite frequently in the top 10. We have 1 Rina, 2 Rina, 3 Rina, 4 Rina, 5, 6. 6 of the top 10 teams included Rina. That is quite interesting to see. Koleda and Donami actually appeared twice. Lycon is in both top 2 for Ellen Joe. But this team is actually kind of crazy. Koleda, Grace, and Rina. 1 minute 49. Damn. This team actually cleared faster than Zhuyan for the second half by around 1 to 2 seconds. To be completely fair, the difference is just very small. It's legitimately like 1 to 2 second difference. So it might not be, it might not show how good or how bad this team comp is. It's legitimately like 1 to 2 seconds. Maybe Blood crit a little bit better or crit a little bit worse. Maybe just dodge a little bit better. So take that. It's not like an overwhelming lead. It's legitimately like between 1 to 2 seconds. It's just this one team is exceedingly strong. Lycon, Ellen, Rina clears the next best team by 7 whole ass seconds compared to a Lucy substitute, and this is by almost 10 seconds. So this team is performing exceedingly strong. Very interesting. I think aside from that, I don't really see too big of a craziness. I think they're all sub 2 minutes. So yeah, I'm impressed. Maybe Rina needs a little bit more love. The fact that Rina actually appeared 6 times in the top 10 is quite interesting. So yeah, let me take a look at the worst team. Wait, Rengi has a massive usage rate. Alright, Rengi has a massive usage rate. I think this team is him. Zhuyan, Qingyi, Nicole. I think on average, most players, this is probably the most consistent fast clear speed, right? Yeah, you're right. The most consistent. Because these teams, they are probably like, the crazy secret shadow CN super server, secret shadow Kara cancelling negative edging tech that they're using that nobody knows how the fuck they're doing it, right? So this is like the majority of the player base. So I think this could be a little bit better of a representation, right? So I want to take a look at the worst team. Soldier 11, not doing too good. Might be elemental diff, but this is not doing too good. 2 minute 38, 2 minute 38, 2 minute 32. Rest of the stuff, kind of 1 second diff, 222, 222, 221. Nico Mata and Soldier 11 is kind of the slowest. Hui, guest appearance from Hui with the mate team. Hui, Rina, and Lycon, 2 minute 19. Honestly, above 230 is still pretty damn solid. Guest appearance in the bottom 10. Ben Bigger appearing as a guest appearance as well at 2 minutes 17 seconds with Soldier 11 and Nicole. Okay. I'm pretty damn sure if you solve this up for Kuda, it will be a lot better. Yeah. Who the hell is using Sokaku with Soldier 11? That's kind of crazy. The rest of the stuff don't really have too big of a discussion. Yeah, the rest of the stuff don't really have too big of a discussion. I think the most interesting thing is this Rina appearance. Rina appearing quite frequently in our top 10 tiers. That's very, very interesting. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We kind of talked about everything. Cool. Okay. With that, we have come to the end of our first ever Zenless Zone Zero CN tier list, CN usage rate. Very quick, very concise video. Take it into consideration on what team you should be pulling for. I think it's generally speaking, on average, the general population. Two meta teams right now, they're gonna be the Eater team with Zhu Yuan, Nicole, Qingyi, as well as the Ice team with Ellen, Sokaku, and Lycon. Right? I think these two are more or less the quote-unquote meta teams. Looking forward to see how Jane Doe and will Jane Doe change everything? Is Anomaly gonna be busted? Are we gonna see the rise of giant Aboba ladies like Grace, Jane Doe, and all the kind of stuff? So stay tuned to find out when we get the next patch of Shiyu Defense. Yeah, very, very interesting. Word of the day is going to be, hey, don't download me. That's not the word of the day. Phrase of the day. Hey, don't download me. Join Discord, join Twitch, join YouTube. All the best for Jane Doe pools when she comes out. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.